4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Can the Bengals bounce back against the 49ers and stop hurting ourselves? Let's talk about it.
Not how.
It's that jungle fever, baby. Yeah, it's that jungle fever, baby. Yeah, it's that jungle fever, baby. Yeah, yeah, baby. Yeah.
Put the one in the clutch. We don't give a what. Punch it in through the gut. Mixing on the rush. It's that bingo talk. Facts in the jungle with racks. It's that jungle fever. Make them all believe us. Now they think we crazy. Cause it's who they baby.
Welcome to the Jungle Fever podcast with Rax and with Vince. This way, sorry, accidentally went the wrong way. But we're back with another podcast today, and we're going to recap the Chargers loss. We're going to go over the 49ers stuff. But again, before we get into, make sure you check out the look out for this merch. Look out for the merch. Again, this ain't official. This is just a little preview.
Well, we're going to get an official one ready so we can actually show you guys the next time we air. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a lot of time to practice between then. So,
and it should be very, very soon that we get these shirts going.
Yeah.
At the very least, I expect to start selling these things. What do you say, Rax? By after next week, not like next week.
Yeah, put it like this. Once I get it down packed, I can definitely get the website started. It's easy. I did some research. It's easier than I thought. All right, and then I got a lot of stuff lined up for us, Vince. So look, check this out. So not only do we got the T-shirts, we can probably try to start selling next week, like you said, because I have to give myself time to get used to the machinery. Because if it starts to pop, I don't want to be like, oh my god, like what to do? I got 80 shirts to make, So definitely want to be like, oh okay, it's 80 shirts, that's nothing. And then also, I was going to tell you earlier, but I decided to wait. All right, so now that we got a lot of episodes, these things soon here. I don't want to put a time on it, but here soon you can get these on Apple, Spotify, wherever you can find your latest podcasts. And like I said, guys, just bear with me. We are going into the postseason, and things are looking up for me as far as my time. I got a lot of things lined up for the podcast as a whole. We got different shows coming up. We already smacking y'all with Fridays with Vince. We're gonna smack y'all with some other stuff, So we're gonna get it popping, man. We're gonna make this real deal, man. We wanted the regular guys. We just like them, man, and we love those guys too. You know what I'm saying? I watch those guys, but we wanted them too. So, be on the lookout for that. But Vince, what's up?
Nothing much, man. Just a lot of sadness after that loss with the Chargers, man. A lot of sadness. The game was ultimately very disappointing. Injuries galore. You could argue that was an injury bowl, but it really hurt. Cheeto went down. Logan Wilson went down. Marcus Bailey even went down. Joe Mixon went down a little bit. T. Higgins got a little banged up. Joe Burrow's pinky. I mean, and of course the two offensive linemen. It was on, and it was terrible to watch. But even through it all, we kept fighting through. But ultimately, Joe Mixon had a very costly fumble, and that broke the momentum open for the Chargers to take over and run away with the game. Which
it was like a balloon when he fumbled. It took like everything. It's like a balloon. You just let the air out of the balloon. Like it was
watching a train crash in slow motion.
Yeah, man. I was watching it with my brother. I can remember. It was 24-0. He was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap." So we started coming back. I didn't want to wake him yet. I wanted to wake him when we had the lead. So we were marching down there getting ready to score to take the lead right before Mixon fumble, and I was ready to wake him up. And I never got to wake him up.
Damn.
Because it was pointless. After the fumble, I'm like, I'm not waking this guy up. What's the point? He already set on us losing. We're losing. What's the point of waking him up? But yeah, man, that game as a whole was a heartbreaker to me, man. But I did learn a few things about this team, man. And My brother, he's so in tune with this podcast with us, bro. We're gonna bring him on one day. He's a busy guy too. But like I was talking to him a couple of days ago, like he said, bro, what you gonna talk about? And this is what I want to tell you guys. Look, take the L and put it to the side. I'm not looking for no moral victories, but just hear me out here. We're just like any other great team right now. There's no great team. Put it like this, I got it better. We're just like okay, who's the top of the AFC? The Patriots.
Right now, yeah, the Patriots are at
Oh,
top.
we're just like the Patriots. Now, what I mean, let me break it down to you guys. No, you're just like the Patriots. Listen, just hear me out, guys. Look. Vince, will the Patriots 9 times out of 10, will the Patriots win a game with 4 turnovers?
No.
So why will the Bengals win a game with 4 turnovers? I mean, it's like this, guys. It's the NFL. If you turn the ball over 4 times and you still win, you got lucky. Period.
Ravens.
Period. That's just luck. But it's not going to happen 5 times out of 10. It's going to happen like 2 times. So 8 times you're going to lose. And if the Chiefs turn it over 4 times, they're going to lose. We stumbled on ourselves. We are still great. Why I say that? Because we got down 24-0. What happened when the Steelers got down 24-0 to us? Where that fight back came that they showed yesterday? Where was that fight back? It wasn't there. Why? Because we're a great team. Our team holded them down to let us come back 22-24. So our defense said, hey, we're going to pause y'all scoring for a minute and let our offense catch up.
Hey, I just want to say before you continue on that, man, we need to clap it up for the defense. Clap it up for the defense because they showed so much heart that game. They really did. They gave them those 24 points. They looked at themselves in the mirror and said, this ain't over. We're going to bring these pressure. We're going to make Justin Herbert uncomfortable. We're going to make them make mistakes. And that's exactly what they did. They exposed mistakes. They took advantage of every opportunity up to that point when they came back 22-24. Took up advantage of every opportunity. Created turnovers. Got 2 fumbles out of it. 2 fumbles on Austin Eckler. That is insane. And it's crazy to me how physical they got with the Chargers and tried to beat them down back into the game. So I got to give it up to the defense, man. They will keep you in the game.
They will. And see, that's the thing. After all of those turnovers we caused on them, and then mix and fumble, and then you asked our defense to do more? After all of that? You asked our defense to do more. How?
There's not much more to do after that.
You're not even letting them rest. You're bobbling balls, and it turns to an interception. You know, Burrow strip shack. When the rookies was being bad, our veterans was doing good. When the second half, when the veterans was doing bad, the rookies was doing good. There's so much inconsistency on this offensive line when you can just be great. With just a few knickknacks on this offensive line, we could be 9-2. Like, guys, like I just don't get it, man. 9-3, whatever. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And hopefully we get some of these O-line help back because we're gonna need it. We need Mixon to get going if he even plays. He's day-to-day now, but we're gonna get into that. But guys, I just feel like this L was tough for us, and we can clearly beat this team. And if we win against this team again in the playoffs, I would totally feel comfortable. Minus the 4 turnovers. Totally feel comfortable. Jamar Chase had that man beat by 5 yards. He had enough time to bobble the ball. Now, if that's not beat, you tell me what's not beat. You mean to tell me I have enough time to go and you still come up to intercept it? If he wasn't beat so bad, neither one of them would have caught it. If he was on Jamar Chase like he was supposed to be and not burnt, bruh, shout out. Okay, I know if Chargers fans are watching, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. It's not that. We're not taking anything away from y'all. What we're saying is we beat ourselves. We beat ourselves. Y'all caused that 1 fumble. We gave away 3.
No, they didn't even. They did cause 1 fumble on Joe. I thought you were talking about Joe Mixon, but then I remember the strip fumble. But yeah, because that Joe Mixon, that was all him. That was just him having butterfingers there for a moment. But I gotta say, man, just the only turnover I can really say that we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot with was that last interception that Burrow threw. That was a bad interception. Let's be real. He threw it into double coverage to where it was.
At this point, I saw frustration and pain when he threw that interception.
100%.
Frustration and pain. Like, come on, guys. Like this is my second year, and I got more of a focus, more of a grind mode than you guys. Like, come on, man. It was points of time in that game where I saw Trey Hill let free runners through. Like, what the hell? What are you double teaming this lazy guy for? You double teaming a guy, helping Spain double team a guy, and the guy runs by you. Spain don't need no help. Get Trey Hill out the game. Get Trey Hill out the damn game.
He needs to be cut or put on the practice squad or something after this season because he's not it. He's not it. We need to draft somebody else.
He's worse than Michael. He's worse than Michael Jordan, bro. I'm telling you now.
They're getting on even levels, but let's slow down. Let's not compare Michael Jordan levels just yet. All right, Mike. I mean, let's pushing it just a teensy bit, you know. But going back on Chargers fans though, man, I do have to say I love Chargers fans. Chargers fans on Twitter and stuff, they're amazing. Chargers fans in general are just good people, you know.
Good guys, man.
There's not too many of them, but man, when you need them to show up or show out for their team, man, they will do so. And they did it on my YouTube video. You should look at my latest YouTube video. That's my most popular game reaction video yet.
Yeah, bro.
Ever.
I was looking at it.
That's almost at 900 views, and look at all the comments, man. It's almost half Chargers fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that's why I said something. I'm like, hey, if they following you, Vince, over here, then hey, it's nothing against you guys. It's nothing against you guys. It's just that, I think the game would have been a lot different if Jamar Chase didn't bobble that ball, and I feel like it would have been a lot different if Joe Mixon didn't fumble. I mean, it's a lot of if. But
if our offensive line could hold somebody.
Yeah, man, you could clearly tell that our set starters for this offensive line as of this year is Trey Hopkins and Riley Reef, if he can hold up on this end with his battered ankle. See, I think that the tackles have more pressure on their ankles because they got to anchor that end versus that guard or that center just rising up after hiking it. So I'm looking for Trey Hopkins to be Trey Hopkins. I'm still kind of worried about Riley Reef, but they said that they was back practicing today, so that's a good sign. Everybody was back almost except for
Marcus Bailey
and Logan Wilson.
And I think Cheeto. Or did Cheeto practice a little bit?
Cheeto practiced, but not with the team. They said he was on the side doing some drills. So I guess he's day-to-day along with Mixon.
Yeah, I think I expect Mixon to play. I don't know about Cheeto though. Cheeto might not play, but hopefully he does because it would be good to see. It's good to see Trey Waynes back at least when Cheeto might be out for this game.
Who else did we get back? We got Trey Waynes and we got somebody else back too.
I can't remember.
It was two of them we got back off IR. But I'll pull it up for you guys in a second before we get out of here. But to have Trey Waynes back, I'm not too excited because, like I said, he ain't had no reps. He ain't had. It's gonna be rusty, man.
I heard he's supposed to play more of a tackling role this time around. I heard he's supposed to be tackling more, playing down low more with the linebackers to help out and stuff. That's what I'm hearing.
Who you gonna put at corner?
We got Eli Apple. We got Eli Apple. I mean, you could also throw in some Von Bell stuff there too. Oh, and Mike Hilton. Don't forget Mike Hilton. But
yeah,
you could throw some Von. I think you should expect more 3-set safety schemes this week. So let's transition to this 49ers. Oh, whoops, sorry there. Let's transition to this 49ers game. Let's talk some schemes and stuff for this defense, because I think that's going to be the biggest piece to this game and winning. I think our offense will be fine. I think our offense will put up at least 27 points. But if we're going to win this game, we got to talk defense and how they're going to scheme it, because the defense got to be as sharp as possible if we're going to win this game.
I mean, with these motion runs and stuff, and if Debo Samuel plays, I'm really worried. I'm really worried in either way. I don't know why when we got a good run stopping defense, but I'm still kind of worried that it's the Shanahan for me, man. It's just that, man. I don't know, man.
All I'm gonna say is if they have a lead in the fourth quarter, like 2 minutes or whatever, and there's 2 minutes and we got a shot at if we can stop them, I am gonna be honest, I have a lot of confidence. Why? Because Shanahan, for some reason, always has this stupid tendency to throw every single play when you can just run the ball out. It happened in the Falcons Super Bowl. They were up 28-3. What did? They kept passing the ball over and over again. Just run the clock out. Just run the ball and run the clock out. Only pass when you absolutely have to. That's all they had to do. But no, they wanted to get flashy and stat pad Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady and the Patriots because they were up so big and they thought that lead was untouchable. But we all saw that was not untouchable. And then they blew that game. Then we fast forward a few years later, head coach of the Niners now. They're in the Super Bowl. With Garoppolo at quarterback. Their whole team is redefined and heading in a new direction. And it looks like Shanahan might have found the secret code. What happens when they get up 20-10 in the fourth quarter and they have the game right in their hands? They kept passing with Garoppolo. They kept passing with Garoppolo. Why would you do that? They kept passing with Garoppolo. And I think they might have done it one of these games this year. If they did, I can't remember off the top of my head. But all I'm saying is Shanahan has a tendency to just throw games away for no reason. I don't understand it. So all I'm saying is if we are in that position, don't be surprised if you see some horrific play calling by the Niners.
Yeah, I heard that they hurt the secondary.
The secondary we should absolutely shred. I'm more worried about these linebackers and defensive linemen. I will tell you, Nick Bosa is sneakily having an insane season right now. He is third among all defensive linemen in pressures, I believe. Might be even second. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he has like 41 pressures, I believe.
And don't they got Trent Williams?
Huh?
They got Trent Williams, right?
Yep, they got Trent Williams at left tackle.
He's an anchor.
Oh yeah, but I hear you should expect. I hear you should expect Hendrick. I hear you should expect Hendrickson and your boy Hubbard to flip sides and switch off on who is taking who during the game. So you should see Hendrickson line up on Hubbard's side.
When have they ever moved Hendrickson this year?
They haven't had to. That's the thing. They didn't need to. He's been just such a force. They didn't need to do it. But now against somebody who's the best left tackle in the league right now in Trent Williams, I mean, you might have to switch it up here and there. You might start out a few snaps early, see what the lineup, how the matchup's going. But I expect the biggest factor of this game is to be Trey Hendrickson's trash talk. I want to say Hendrickson's trash talk is super underrated, and that's a big part of his game. And why he's so good is because he gets in these linemen's heads. He does. If you watch these games back all the way back, you can just hear him chirping at these linemen. Chirps at them all day, gets inside their heads, makes them think one thing, and then he switches it up on them, and he just runs right by him for a sack. And to be honest, I believe he did it.
Trent Williams been in the lead a while, man. I don't want to.
I know, but you saw the way he worked Rashawn Slater last week. He worked that boy.
Jeez, I think our sacks come from DJ Reader and DJ Hill and
Larry O.
I'm just keeping it real with you, man. I just don't see the ends coming around, and then they like to run around. They like to run wide. And if they were smart, they wouldn't even run right. They would run left. Because Hendrickson is not a good run stopper. Now it makes sense why you would switch him, but why would you put Hubbard on Trent Williams? Trent Williams can stuff you in the run too, just as much as in the pass. We in trouble, Vince. And I ain't gonna sit here and say we're gonna lose. I'm just saying this is gonna be another dogfight. Unless we game plan like we do the Ravens and the Steelers, if we don't game plan like that, and you go in there planning like, well, we're just gonna run it and run it and run it and pass it when they bite on the run, and defense, we just throw a couple nickels out there, and dude, they're gonna run over you.
Yeah,
You better
we're
game
gonna have
plan.
we're gonna have to pass early and often. We're gonna have to take a lead in this game because that's the only way. That's if the Niners get a lead and they start running the ball effectively, the game's over. The game is over if the 49ers start running the ball effectively with a lead. That at that point the game will be over, and there's no chance of coming back unless our defense can come up with some crazy fumble once again. With the powers, the wizardry powers of Jermaine Pratt and these insanely what's the word? Controversial fumbles. Because he's had 3. I think he's had 2 or 3 of them.
He's been a beast. That's why I say he was a genius. Like it's like you called it. Because like soon as you posted that, he did it again. I'm like, God, dude, it's a beast.
And I gotta be honest, Jermaine Pratt taking over the main linebacker call duties and stuff and all that, getting the wire in his helmet and all that. He did an amazing job. Hey, Jermaine Pratt is actually really good this season. He's really good.
And hold on, don't leave out Batchy. He came in the game and led the game in tackles.
Batchy did phenomenal. I was shocked at how well he did. So I'm glad
Batchy. About our linebacker crew.
I'm a little worried because if somebody goes down again, who else do we have past Batchy and Pratt right now? Who else do we have? Bailey's probably not going to play because he's doubtful right now.
George Kittle. I forgot they had him.
I expect Jesse Bates to cover George Kittle.
Man, that's going to be a hard task. And Guapolo likes to throw up the middle. We better have it middle. We better have that middle cover.
Yeah, our linebacker. This is where we needed Logan Wilson bad. But
this is one of the hardest run offensive schemes to go against. All right, Vince, just to keep it moving. All right, new segment. If you wanted to have a perfect dream of one play in this game, what would that play be?
The perfect play.
And you had a dream in Burrow, or the defense was on the field, was 4th and 2 or something. Just break it down to me. What would the perfect dream be?
The perfect dream play to me, first play of the entire game to set the tone. Okay. Flea flicker back to Joe Burrow.
And what happens?
Pump fakes to the left. Throws up deep to the right. 50-yard bomb chase right off the bat.
Jeez. So you mean to tell me in this dream, because this is a perfect dream, it's got to be. The offense gave him enough time to pump, then throw right. Ooh,
pump a flea flicker to the left like he's going to throw a quick one to the outside, and then he loads up for the bomb to chase.
I like that.
That's my dream play.
All right. I'm going to give you mine. All right, real quick. So it's a critical moment, and it's tied. It's like 4th quarter, 20 seconds left, and we got to punt it. It's like 4th and 8. We ain't even going for it. We ain't even going to risk it because it's tied. We're going to go ahead and say, all right, we got to have overtime. Now, when we punt it, he baffles the punt. We pick it up. We get tackled at like the 20. We run it a little bit mixing, call a timeout. McPherson. Money, baby.
You want that McPherson game winner again, huh?
Money, baby. And that's my perfect dream play.
I gotta be honest. I do miss the McPherson game winners a little bit. I gotta be honest. I do miss them. Yeah. That would be good to see. So yeah, definitely, that would be something I would like to see this game, hopefully. But I also hope it happens in the sense that this game doesn't stress me out beyond belief, and I hope we don't make too many dumb mistakes.
We gotta face the fact. Vince. They're gonna stress us out all year, man. I mean, you gotta think whoever thought we'd be in this position. That's why I'm not really too stressed out. I'm like, bro, they're a little bit ahead of schedule than I thought they would be.
Oh, absolutely.
Considering Burrow's knee, considering the new pieces we brought in, they just gelled together so well. It's just it's a great team, and I'm really proud of Zach. But Zach does need to call a good game this time. And Zach does need to make sure he does clock management and call the right calls. Don't point chase. That's what it's called. I heard the commentator say it. That's where I got it from. Don't point chase if you're down 14 points or you're down 15 points somehow, some way. They get 15 points. You ain't going for it on 2. Kick the field goal. Let's get back. Unless it's in the fourth quarter and you gotta go for it that way. But if it's in the first quarter, what are you doing, Zach? What are you doing? What are you doing? But like I said, let's keep it moving. I need your predictions, Vince, before I give y'all mine.
Well, before I do give my predictions, I do want to touch on one last thing with the 49ers. I want you to monitor these wide receivers, and I want you to monitor the quarterback situation. Because if Deebo Samuel does not play, and I will say I do think he's going to play because I heard he practiced today and he seemed pretty geeked about it by reports. If he doesn't play and Garoppolo starts playing bad, they got to be prepared in case they decide to bench him and put Trey Lance in. Because that's the thing about Trey Lance is he uses his legs. Trey Lance uses his legs. That's something you got to look out for. So that's another aspect of the game that you make. But the biggest factor in this game will be the trenches. That'll be the trenches. But with that being said, let's get on the predictions. I got to be honest, the X factor for this game on offense probably going to be the offensive line and the entire offensive line, because they're going against DeForest Buckner. Wait, is it DeForest Buckner or is it somebody else? I can't remember. I think it's DeForest Buckner. But DeForest Buckner and Nick Bosa and all those guys, that defensive line has been ferocious this season. Nick Bosa, like I said, having a sneakily insane season, arguably top 3 in the league right now. Might be pushing it. Let me slow down on that. But top 5, top 6, I'd say is good for him right now because he's killing it, man. 10 plus sacks, 41 pressures, just absolute monster. And Jonah and Quentin Spain got to be prepared for that. And right with the return of Riley Reef and Trey Hopkins, I expect a communication and Adeniji did play last week. Never mind. Excuse me for that part. I apologize. But the Reef and Hopkins returning should play a huge factor in this game. I hope the communication is a lot tighter, a lot better, and a lot more sophisticated for this game than it was last week, because communication was clearly not there. Nobody was communicating properly on that line. Nobody was prepared to communicate properly on that line.
It was the rookie throwing everything off. The center got to make sure everything is prepped.
Isaiah Prince even had a few mishaps here and there. He played decent when he played decent one-on-one, but like his communication was just not there. But with that being said, I got to say X factor on the offense, the entire offensive line, all those guys have to play their A game. I hope Burrow does not get touched once this game, but knowing Burrow with his wanting to make a play and stuff and all that and how just the game folds sometimes, I expect him to get a sack at least once. But with that, going to the defense, X factor is Trey Hendrickson. He's got to get pressure on Garoppolo. He's got to make Garoppolo uncomfortable, and he's got to make the job easier on this thin linebacker core right now, and a game that possibly does not feature Cheeto. So he's got to prepare for this. He's got to be on his A game 100%, and he's got to completely give Trent Williams everything he has. I expect Trey Hendrickson to give Trent Williams everything he has, the nastiest trash talk yet, the feistiest hands he's thrown on people yet, the quickest moves he can dish out as possible. I expect him to lay it all out on the table for this game, because we're going to need him to if he's going to stay lined up on Trent Williams. We're going to need it. We are going to need it. And I will say, have you paid attention to the right tackle right now? That right tackle is looking very suspect. And if you watch him against Seattle last week, he was getting tossed around like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm expecting this guy. I'm expecting this guy right here to play a little bit of a factor.
Oh, so okay, all right. So y'all want to hear? All right, so look, I've been saying this all year, man. This every game they say this is an important game. This game right here will show you if we're playoff ready or not. Can you win with injuries? Major injuries. Can you win with a Bosa coming off the edge crazy in the O-line that's not too shabby? That's going to run it up your gut. Can you win? Playoff football is running the ball first, unless you're the Bills. I mean, but can you withstand the setback? Can you make it seem like it's nothing? I got this. But guys, I ain't gonna hold y'all on defense. I'm looking for Pratt to have another least forced fumble. He just seemed to have a knack for those. Um, but I think we have a little problem with the run game. I think they get at least over 100 yards rushing on us. I just don't see us doing that good at the rush game, unless Batchy have another good game like he did. But who knows? We get to see him full press this time, and not just have a good game. On offense, I'm looking for a teeth to continue. If the offensive line can give Burrow just 2 seconds, 3 seconds, T's going to kill you. T's going to kill you.
Chase will kill him. Tyler Boyd will. All of them will kill him.
Yeah, all of them's going to have a good game. I'm looking for Chase to have one of those bombs that Burrow throws to him. And depending on how our offensive line look, if we got that jail we had in the Steelers game, I'm looking for Mixon to have a big day. So with that being said, I'm looking for a fight in the jungle. But I see us winning by 3. I'm gonna say 30-33, Bengals. And that's what I got for you guys. For the Debo Samuel plays, I don't never go against my team, man. But it just don't look good for us. But who knows, man? Who knows? I gave y'all my thoughts, my true analysis. That I feel like they will get over 100 yards rushing on us this week. And it won't be a pretty win. It will be a scrappy win. So guys, don't get used to those 41-10 wins and those 41-17 wins. It's not that no more. It's not because of us. Now we're playing some competition. Got anything to say, Vince?
I gotta let my prediction out too, real quick, because I didn't give that. I'm gonna go a little bit more separate. I think we're gonna be able to separate a little bit. I think we're gonna throw more often than not. With injuries to running backs right now, Chris Evans is out, and Joe Mixon may be a little banged up. If he does play, he might still be banged up a little bit. He might not be at 100%. We don't know. But I expect us to air it out more than usual, and I think we're gonna let Joe Burrow do his thing. I think we're gonna let Joe Burrow cook. Expect about a sack or 2 on him. With that, I say if all the cards fall right in that department, I say we're going to get out a good, scrappy, but separate win, 31-21. I think that can be the score.
Okay. All right. I like that. As a fan, I like that. Whenever somebody predicts us to win, I definitely like that. Whether it's you, Vince, national media, other podcasters, I just love hearing when the Bengals win. It's people's.
And remember, for everybody viewing this right now, Bengals are -1 right now. Go get your bets out. Go bet on the Bengals.
Yeah,
do it.
Do it. Make you a little money.
They already got that one inconsistent usual win they only got that one inconsistent loss out the way right now. So now they're gonna be on the bounce back. Bet on them. Trust me.
Okay. All right. And I hope we're ready to bounce back after that loss. That was an ugly loss. But I know we're better than that though. But make sure you guys go and subscribe right down in there and hit the bell so y'all can get the updates on the new stuff that's coming. And make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Vince channel. You know what I'm saying? He definitely does a great job. Definitely show love. Make sure y'all subscribe to his YouTube channel. His Twitter channel. Vince, tell him your Twitter channel.
My what?
Twitter.
My Twitter is QSmartReviewer. Sam Hubbard Enthusiast is also what you can look up there. I have an unfiltered mouth there. I speak my thoughts whenever and however. So make sure you follow that. I will also be updating you on the merch as well there. So make sure you follow both of us on Twitter. Rex Cincy over there. We're both going to be updating you on the merch and stuff. We're going to let you know when this stuff is dropping. We're going to let you know about the designs and stuff and how all this is going to come together. Make sure you also follow my backup. It's in my bio, but if you don't want to do that, it's also Caleb Kugo with an underscore at the end of it. So make sure you follow that just in case it gets suspended or whatnot. Again, my channel is just Vince. You can look up any video. You can look up Carson Palmer versus Joe Burrow, and you'll find it there. just make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. But most importantly, subscribe to the Jungle Fear podcast. Subscribe to this, because this is what we need to do. We're going for 100 subscribers. We got to get these view counts up more and more. We're going to get more popular and get more Bengals fans to eye us. And I hope you enjoy this content, man. I hope me and Rax are supplying you with great content, great information on the Bengals, and some great insight into what these games may look like. We love doing this. Short episode today, but it's a short episode today, but it's a very tight schedule at the moment. Very tight schedule. Because we got a lot to get done. And Rax, he's got to get practicing on these shirts, man. Again, these shirts, keep a lookout on these shirts. Again, rough drafts. Don't worry about the white background and all that. Don't worry about the patchy stuff on this right now. And that.
Nah, that's just for the show. That's just
all
for
this,
the show.
All this is going to get sorted out. Don't worry about it. All of it's going to get sorted out, and it's going to look so beautiful. It's going to look so pretty. Much more defined designs, much cooler interactive stuff that you will love, and less copyrighted.
Let me use the restroom real quick. Let me use the restroom, Vince.
You go ahead. I'll keep talking. What else is there? Just make sure you follow all of us again on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. Support us. Like we said, 100 subscribers, and we start selling this merch out and stuff. All the money used for this merch is going to go to some charity, and it's also going to go to a fund for me to fly me out to Cincinnati next season to go see a game and possibly record a Jungle Fever podcast episode out in Cincinnati at a restaurant. Hopefully some of y'all can maybe stop by at that time. But again, that's a long ways away, and we're going to take it one step at a time. But that is the plan for the future. Hopefully a charity we can donate to at some point. Hopefully we can fly me out. But again, one step at a time. I just hope you guys enjoy the merch that will come out. Because again, this is just a simple design. This is just a little taste of what we're going to use. So make sure you keep an eye out for that merch. We're going to notify you of everything. Follow Rax Cincy. Follow me. We're going to keep you updated on all this stuff. And this merch, I think you guys will love it. I think you guys will enjoy it. And make sure you keep an eye out for it. Anyway, Rax, you can close this out, man.
All right, guys. See you guys. Probably see you guys Monday with some reactions. All right, man. We're going to get at you guys. Who day, baby?
Who day?
Nacho.
It's that jungle fever, baby. Yeah, it's that jungle fever, baby. Yeah, it's that jungle fever, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Put them one in the clutch. We don't give a what. Punch it in through the gut. Mixing on the rush. It's that bingo talk. Facts in the jungle with raps. It's that jungle fever. Make them all believe us. Now they think we crazy. Cause it's who they baby.
Good episode, Vince.
Absolutely.
But
Still live?
No, we're not live no more.
It says it's live for me.
Oh shit.
See you again, guys.
Oh, yeah. See you again, guys.